As soon as it comes to a boil, the butter will be melted, and then we're going to add the flour all at once. And then we'll stir that around and cook it for about 3 minutes, and that's called a panade. And they used to use panades in different parts of French cooking, usually as something to thicken something up. That's the first part of cream puff dough, or pâte à choux. So I'm going to put a little teeny bit of, just like half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon of sugar in there too. So I've got the flour measured out. We've got eggs. So those are the three things that aren't in there yet. Again, this is probably a 300-year-old stove. It doesn't work that well, but it's kind of drafty back here. We can see it's starting to simmer now. So we'll put all of our 1 1/4 cups of flour in. And immediately that will turn into a big mass. Then we're going to turn the heat down just a little bit. And we're going to cook this for about 2.5 minutes on top of the stove, just to kind of dry it out. Perfect. I think it's
So he wanted a little sheen to it.
okay. So we're done with that. We're done with that.
Okay.
About 4:25. Now we're going to set a timer.
So we just missed that.
We're going to set a timer for about 8 minutes.
Okay.
They should be puffed up by then and starting to brown. And then we'll turn the oven down and let them go for another 15-18 minutes. So
Okay.
see how it goes.
Woo!
See that? They're all puffed up
Wow.
and beautiful. So, okay. So now I'm going to turn the oven down. Right, that's cool. So now I'm going to turn the fan off. And just kind of let them do that. They're drying out the inside. Okay?
Not light it yet.
So that's what they're supposed to look like. So.
Meghan, it barely started.
Go home and take some kosher salt. Take your regular table salt. Taste one and taste the other, and you'll see immediately why you want to cook with kosher salt. It's very, very pure, very salty. Which may seem like a little thing, but it's actually quite something that people serve with champagne or just cocktails, like before dinner parties. What happened is they would, over the course of 5 minutes, they just kind of turn into pancakes.
Oh.
So, because the inside of it is still wet, just in a point in time. So, delicious on the next day. There won't be anything anywhere near. You'll see this too. So save one tomorrow. You put them in a little plastic container. Don't refrigerate them. And probably, if you were going to try and keep them at this point for another day, probably your best to throw them in the freezer. Once they cool, then you can pull them out and pop them back in the oven. But if you're going to freeze them, you make them for different. You freeze them before you cook them. So by putting the cheese on top, that's why you get that little shiny
Yeah. So we just had a couple questions for you about we're making Gruyere cheese Gruyere for our French culture project.
Your what? School project?
French culture project.
Okay.
So here are the questions. This is my partner Brookelyn.
So the first question is it common in France today, like the gorgères? Are they common food?
Gugères?
Yes.
Yeah, they're very common.
Um,
The French culture is one of the things that are, they're extremely grounded in what they do. So, a lot of those things are kind of older techniques and stuff like that, classic desserts, or classic food or wine. All of that stuff is like still in their culture and a very strong part of it.
cool.
You can go to like a boulangerie, or you can go to different fine dining restaurants, and you can expect to see gugères for sure.
Okay, the next question is when it's on the French Laundry menu, is it very popular?
Well, the French laundry menu is a tasting menu. So somebody comes in and they order a tasting menu, and they don't really have like a lot of choices. So they either order a tasting of vegetables or a tasting menu. And both menus as like an amuse-bouche or as a canapé, we give them a gougère and a cornet. So everybody has one, essentially.
Okay. Is there anything that makes this dish like difficult to cook particularly?
I mean, you have to understand a little bit of the science of cooking, what's going on behind it. If, you can have, I've had bad gougères and I've had great gougères. So part of the deal is that you're trying to incorporate all the flour and butter into the amount of flour you need to use, or incorporate all the flour and butter together. And in order to do that, you need to add water for it all to incorporate, and then you have to cook that water out. So you're kind of like steaming it in the pan, and it sticks to the bottom of the pan, but that's okay. And then at that point, once you've extracted as much moisture as possible, that's when you add all of your your eggs and whatnot, your cheese, black pepper.
Okay. Is Gruyere cheese a common cheese in France?
Yeah, very, very common.
Okay. And is it common to substitute the cheese with other types of fillings, and what kinds, if that's true?
Substitute the cheese and filling? I mean, is it common to do it? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have become creative with it. We put it like a Mornay sauce on the inside, which a Mornay sauce is essentially like a cheese, not like cream cheese, but like a cheese on the inside. Some people put crab, some people put truffles, some people put, whatever you want really on the inside, because it's this basic choux dough. It's called like a pâte de choux dough that is, kind of soufflés on the inside or expands, and you have these pockets that kind of like web on the inside, and you're able to put something in there, so you have the crunch on the outside, and then you can put something creamy on the inside if you'd like.
Okay. Do you know anything about the history of the dish at all?
No, I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
I'm not sure who created it. I think probably Antoine Crème created it in probably the early 1800s, but that's a guess.
Okay. And then lastly, is there anything that makes this dish like uniquely French, like anything about the technique or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's the pâte de choux and that kind of. I mean, you ever go to the donut shop and get like a cream puff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the same thing. It's the same dough.
Okay.
It's the same dough without the cheese. So there's like a classic dessert called Gâteau Saint-Honoré, which is the same thing. It's like a pâte de choux, and that's the dough that you make in order to make gougères. Once you add the cheese, then it becomes a gougère. So, yeah, I mean, it's a very classic thing.
Okay, and then is there anything in particular that you would suggest, like pairing with it, that is a good food item to pair with the Grugier?
When thinking about pairing stuff with somebody, hold on 1 second, please. Hey, Johnny, how much trouble is he left? Huh? How much are you going to get? You're waiting for me? Okay. I want to tell you, how are they? I'll say, well, remember how we looked at you slings last week? Yeah. We get 3 pounds of slings this week, and we have Tyler's right here, too. So, yeah, I'd maybe grab like 1 or 2. So, yeah. Yeah, big one. Yeah, this is right here. Yeah, 1 or 2. Can we get this onions right now? The hasher? Yeah. Well, portioning here. Can we get that going? The clearing that pulled out the ground. Right now. Okay, do it in a pot like this for the onions, right? Okay. Get a couple round of pot for the clove. Okay. I'll be off the phone here in a few minutes. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. What was the last question?
Is there anything in particular that you would suggest pairing with the Grugier?
When I think about pairing stuff with the different items and creating a menu, I think that you have to think about your demographics. So, are you going to be doing it yourself?
Yeah, we had contacted a local chef, and so we are trying to get a space in his kitchen, and he's going to kind of help us through the process, but yes.
Okay. And then you're going to be serving them to your class, I assume?
Yeah, we're going to be bringing in sampling to the class.
Okay, well, you kind of want to be a big hit, and your shares are super easy to make, essentially. There's definitely some technique involved, but they're fairly easy to make. So, what I would do is, I would think about what the kids in your class like to eat.
Okay.
So maybe let's brainstorm a little bit here. What do you guys like to eat?
I don't know. I like vegetables.
Me
or,
too.
Yeah.
Like what? Vegetables?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to put something on the inside, so we could take I don't know if you guys like crab or shrimp. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I grew
Yeah.
up in that area, and my brothers and sisters don't like crab or shrimp, so.
Yeah, I love all types of seafood.
Me too.
So.
Okay, so I would say doing crab.
Okay.
I would make a filling of go to the store, buy some pig crab,
Okay.
and then mix in some mascarpone cheese.
Oh, okay.
Mascarpone, you can get any kind of like an Italian delicatessen. And then I would incorporate that, and then I would add you know how to zest a fruit? So you zest like a lemon.
Yeah, I know how.
Okay, so zest a lemon and black black pepper. I think that would be a really good filling for inside those cuillères.
Okay. Well, thank
So
you.
What you do is you take the bottom, you poke a hole in it with anything really that has a tip to it. So you can do it with it's nice to do it with something that's round,
Okay.
you can do it like a pastry tip, a small pastry tip,
Okay.
and then poke a hole in it, and then put your filling in a piping bag and make sure it's not too firm, and then pipe it into it.
Okay.
And then I would slightly warm them up in the oven if I could. I don't know if you have that capability in your classroom. If not, then maybe you guys have a toaster oven at home. You guys can unplug it and bring a small plug in. That'd be pretty easy.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. This has been very
Yeah, for sure.
helpful. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, take care.